Welcome to part 4. In part 4 I'm going to show you how I size my paper for the transfer. I'm going to show you some little test prints I did a long time ago on different types of paper. This is a print I made. This was a shot in Japan at a ginger that I'd like to photograph at. And this one was made, this image was transferred onto a glossy photo paper, actual darkroom photo paper that I fixed out. It holds lots of detail and quite a bit of relief. That's when the dark areas sort of stand out or slightly raised above the surface of the paper. This one here is also on a fixed out photo paper, but it's a matte finish. It's Ilford fiber-based matte. If you are after relief, high relief, this is the stuff you want to use. It's absolutely gorgeous. This one is actually on Arches Platine with the matte acrylic sizing, and it's beautiful as far as raised relief. You have to size your paper when you're doing carbon transfer, because if you don't, when you go to transfer the exposed tissue onto the paper or substrate, whatever you're using, it won't adhere to it. And what'll happen is you'll see the exposed tissue just
lift off and float away
in the hot water bath. That's not good. There's a few ways you can size. The way that I prefer to size my paper is using an acrylic medium. Liquitex. Okay, this is a gloss medium varnish, so it's got a shine to it, which is appropriate for some of my images. There's a matte varnish, which I prefer actually, and I use the matte varnish for a lot of my work. And my local art store has its own brand of acrylic medium. This is matte. They also make a gloss. I use this one a lot actually, and that is what I'm going to be using today. When mixing up the acrylic mediums, I always dilute them 1:1. So 1 part acrylic medium to 1 part distilled water. Okay, I've mixed it up already. This is a high density roller. Usually if I make 4 tissues, I'll size 4 sheets of paper. And for 4 sheets of paper, I need about 60 mils of acrylic medium for a grand total of 120 mils of a working solution. That should get me through 4 sheets of 11 by 15 paper. That's 4 coats each. Now I need to get the paper ready. Paper's all ready to go. I've got it taped down, and the paper that I'm using is Arches Platine. Okay, so I've got my roller all nice and charged up. I'm ready to go. And what I do is I just roll it on with a bit of pressure. The first coat, it's going to suck up quite a bit. The remaining rolls, I apply no pressure at all. Now, if you get any lint on the surface, you can pick it up with your finger. There's a little piece right there. I don't know if you can see that. Just pick it up with my finger. And I should add, before you start this, you should make sure your station is clean. So I use a piece of plate glass, and I washed and squeegeed. You don't want to be rolling lint all over your lovely paper. Okay, so just horizontal rolls, vertical rolls, no pressure, just the weight of the roller, and you just keep rolling until the stippling is all gone. Okay, that's got all the stippling. You don't want it to dry with stippling, because that will interfere with the transfer. That's coat number 1. So I'm going to hang this up to dry. And it doesn't take very long. I give them 15 minutes. When you're finished coating all the paper, don't forget to wipe the glass, because this stuff dries quickly and it's really hard to get off. You want to have a nice, clean, smooth surface to work with. Thank you for watching part 4, sizing the paper. Just remember, sizing is really important. You don't want your image to
float away
in the development bath. Speaking of development bath, please watch part 5, because I'll show you how to mate the exposed tissue with the substrate and how to develop it. That's part 5. See you then.